So we are starting today with the next chapter in maths, that is shares and dividends. Okay, that's shares and dividends. Uh, Before we start with this chapter, I think I should give you an overview about what are the different kind of companies and what are the shares about and why are there different kind of rates of the shares and what is the, not of course what is stock market, but yeah, somewhat about what is stock market. Even I don't know much about it, but yeah, this is uh, something what a layman could have understood about shares. So firstly, suppose if I have my own business, okay, I start a business of my own. Then if I am the only person who is investing in and doing the work, then it is kind of a company which is called as a proprietorship company. So it is a proprietorship company. Okay, a company which has got only one person as a sole owner of that particular company is called as a proprietorship company. So when a company is owned by only one person and all the investments and everything is done by the sole person, one person itself, then it will be a proprietorship company. When two or more people in a small group, like 5 people or 3 people or 4 people, then come together and they are developing a company and running a company. One may be doing the finance part, one may doing the marketing part, one does the manufacturing part. तो अगर वैसे ही अगर 3-4 जन, 3 friends या 4 friends मिलके या even few people are coming up and forming a particular kind of a company, which is a small company, wherein the number of people who are investing over there is limited to hardly 4 or 5 of them maximum. That is called as a partnership company. So that is a partnership firm. So a partnership firm will have more than one owner, but not too many owners. When it so happens that this partnership company भी थोड़ा और बड़ा हो गया and they want more money, okay, they want more finances, and that's why they incorporate the finances from more near and dear ones, and accordingly they are having a company who has got other people in joining in. Then it becomes a private limited company. So it will be, the third one will be a private limited company. So private limited company will be the one in which the number of, not owners, but the number of investors in this are more, and they may or may not be taking part in the role of the company. It is there, they have got money, they have invested their money, but they are not, means they are a partner of the company, but that's why because their number of people are more, we call it as a private limited company. It has got its own advantage as compared to the partnership company. Finally, if it so happens that the money required for a company to run is in huge quantity and that cannot be managed by a family or 2-3 families, and they require money from the public. Okay, when they require the money from the public, then it becomes the one which is called as a public limited company. Public limited company is the one, and this is the one which has got its shares. So what happens is that here public is investing. The public means the people, the normal people, you and me are investing in that company, and when you are investing in that company, you are given a particular share of that company. So what they have done is that they divide the amount required by the company into small parts, like maybe one part is just 10 rupees or maybe 100 rupees, and that small parts are being allowed to be bought by the people in large quantity. So that's why suppose one company requires a crore rupees, they will divide it into, let's say, 100 rupees ka ek share. So there will be such 10 lakh shares, okay, there will be, sorry, 1 lakh shares which will be there. 1 lakh into 100 is 1 crore. So accordingly 1 lakh shares will be there for that company, and people will buy those shares for 100 rupees each from the company. Buy means what? Means they are going to be having a share of the company. Means they are having a share of, that is the shares. The shares are basically that particular amount what you are giving to that company for buying their part. Okay, the part, buying that part. So each and every share will be one small part of that company. So accordingly you may buy the number of shares as per your investment capacities. Now, what will be there in return? So we, in this chapter, we are not seeing any of these. We are not seeing any of these. What we are interested in is in this public limited company and mainly about its shares. So what we see is that so first thing what we see is a share is basically one particular part of the company, and that share will be having its own value. So that value is called as face value, also called as nominal value. Okay, face value or nominal value. This is something like the printed price, or we can say 10 रुपी नोट के ऊपर क्या लिखा था, 10 रुपीज. सो बेसिकली वो कितने का है, 10 रुपीज का. वैसे ही शेयर के ऊपर प्रिंटेड रहेगा 10 रुपीज, 100 रुपीज, 50 रुपीज. सो दिस कुड बी ऑफ ₹1 or ₹10 or ₹50 or 100 or 25. It could be depending upon what the company is trying to make it up into. So yeah, the normal ones will be 10, 1, 50, 100. This will be normal ones. So normally the face value will be such kind of round figures of 10, 50, 100 and all. Now once a person buys a share of the company, it becomes the moral responsibility of the company to give a part of the investment made by that particular person as, you can consider as interest on the money invested, or you may consider as the share of the profit. Okay, so whatever the company is making, whatever profit the company is making, the company will share its profits with the shareholders. So company on a regular basis, that is every year, it is going to decide upon what should be the percentage of profit which the shareholders, each shareholder should be getting. Okay, accordingly that particular percentage of profit is given as the term dividend. So dividend is nothing but the sharing of profit of company. Now the question will be, what will happen if the company is making losses? Even if the company make loss, the company is supposed to pay even a small amount of dividend to the shareholders for their investments made in the company. Yeah, it is supposed to be giving, but many times it happens that the company goes so bad that they are not able to give anybody any money, and then it becomes a different issue. So anyways, but if at all it is doing good, then the company always gives dividend, and the dividend is always calculated as percentage of FV. So if it is said that it is giving a dividend of 10%, that means it is giving 10% of FV as the dividend. Like for example, if the FV is 100, so the dividend paid by the company per share will be ₹10. If the dividend is, let's say 50, if the face value is 50 rupees, then the dividend paid by the company will be 5 rupees. Okay, per share, that is per share. So if you are having 100 shares, you get 100 into 5, 500 rupees as the income for 1 year. Got it? So dividend is always declared by the company every year based on its profit, and that declaration is always done on the basis of the face value. So it is always a percentage of the face value which the company is going to be sharing as the dividend with their shareholders. The dividend of some companies even 300%. Means for a 10 rupee share, you get 30 rupees as dividend every year. Yeah, there are very good companies which give a huge amount of dividend on a regular basis. But that You don't get it at FE. Now we'll come to that point now. So then the next thing is that what is the market value? So something what we always heard about is the market value. So let's consider an example. I bought some shares of a company. The company was very new and I got the share for just rupees 10 for a 10 rupee share. And I was very happy with that thing because on the first year itself they gave me a dividend of 5%. 10%. That is for 10 rupees they gave me 1 rupee. The next year they gave me a dividend of 40%. इसलिए उन लोग ने मुझे 10 rupees के शेयर पे 4 रुपया दिया. So always I felt that okay, out of the 10 rupees invested by me, already 5 rupees is already given. I already recovered that much amount, right? And still the progressing of the company is going on. Now the company doesn't want money every time. So company is not going to increase the number of shares what they require. So कंपनी के पास एक बार अगर 100 shares था, वो 100 के 100 उसने बेच दिया. So after selling those 100, it is not going to make another 100 shares and float in the market to be sold. No, it is never going to do that thing. It cannot do also because the government restricts it from doing it. So accordingly what will happen, the number of shares of that particular company are limited within that particular the people that okay, this has got 10 shares, he has got 10 shares, he has got 5 shares, they 1 share, I got 1 share. Now, or maybe I got 10 shares. Now, so what will happen? The demand for this particular share will keep on increasing in the market. People will say, "Arey yaar, I should get this particular share." Why? Because it is paying such a high dividend. So people like to invest in that company much more. So other people, I may be feeling that okay, I already earned 5 rupees from my shares. Why not I sell off my 5 shares? If somebody is going to give me a premium, that means somebody is going to pay extra to me for the shares which I am holding. So if somebody tells me that okay, you have this share of company XYZ, I say yes, I have the share of XYZ, and he says me okay, can you sell it to me? I said, why should I sell it to you? They, okay, if you were telling me if I give you instead of a 10 rupee share, if I give you 50 rupees for the same share, will you share it? Will you sell it to me? I will be more than thrilled because I bought the 10 shares for just 100 rupees, out of which I already got 50 rupees as the dividend. And now, if somebody is telling me for 50 rupees, he is ready to buy the shares from me, I will say, okay, I will do one thing, I will share 5 of my shares and keep the 5 with me. So at this time what has happened? The one which was costing only 10, the share which was costing only rupees 10 has now become at a higher cost. It is being selling at a higher cost of 50. So this way the market value becomes 50 for that thing. That means there is a premium. There is a premium being paid by the people for those shares. People want to buy those shares because they feel that the company is very nice. And then what happens? More and more demand is created for the share, and accordingly the prices go on rising up. So a 50 rupee share जो मैंने 50 में बेचा वो बाद में 100 में बिकेगा, then 125, then 200, 500, 1000, 10,000. Could be anything. So that's the reason the price of the shares keep on escalating if the company is growing day by day. And this particular sale of shares, what we see, is done in the stock market. The stock exchange or the stock market which is there, that one, the main thing what they do is to trade up the shares. Those who have the shares, they sell it to somebody, and the one who wants to buy it will be buying it from somebody. So वो जो buy and sell जो है, that we don't do one to one, we do it through a agency called as a broker. So the broker is going to buy from somebody and sell it to somebody, and accordingly he is going to be the intermediator between the two. So accordingly, what's we've seen is that the cost of the share, which was having a face value of only 1, 10, 50 or 100, goes on to 100, 200, 1000, 10,000 and that way. So there is an increment in the value of the shares, and that increased value of the share is called as the market value. So market value, or this was the FV or NV, this was the MV. So market value is the value over here. Now it may also happen, उल्टा भी हो सकता है कि I bought shares and that company did not do well. I expected it to do well, that's why I invested in the company. But those companies did not do well and they failed or they made losses. And in such a case, the value of the share goes down. Then a 10 rupee share may be available for 5 rupees or 8 rupees or sometimes even 1 rupee. So accordingly you will find that the market value can be higher than the face value or it could be lower than the face value. If the market value is higher, if it is higher than FV, then it is called as sold in premium. And if it is lower than FV, then it is going to be sold at a discount. So higher face value tells me that the shares are being sold at a premium. Higher face value means shares are sold at a premium. And lower face value, lower than the face value, if the market value is lower than the face value, it is being sold at a discount. Got it? So what we understood over here was face value is a printed thing on the share, whatever is the rate, whatever is the amount printed on the share is called as the face value. Nowadays, you do not have a physical certificate of that particular. Now, these shares were in the form of a certificate. That used to be a share certificate of each and every company. But nowadays, you do not have the share certificate of physical form. You have it in the form of an electronic form, which is called as a demat account. It's a dematerialized account. So, a dematerialized account may, it will be, if you ask your dad, he'll show you a demat account statement, which will be in which will be given that the different companies के different shares which are held by him in his account. So जैसे Larsen Toubro 25 shares, Procter & Gamble 50 shares, ऐसे करके उधर लिखा रहेगा कि इतने shares इतने company के हैं. So that is a dematerialized kind of a account of the share. Now originally these were a leaflet, that was a certificate sort of thing of that particular company, that is called as a share certificate, and on the share certificate was written the face value as 1, 10, 50 or 100 or anything like that. Of course, market value will never be printed on anything because it keeps on changing every minute, not even every hour or every day. It is every minute is changing in the share market. The share market is very volatile. I would always request you to be away from it. It's very risky thing. It's more of gamble. So share market, of course, the up and downs of the value of the shares keeps on going on. So that we cannot, of course, can be a printed price. Dividend is always given by the company in terms of dividend in the form of a check or maybe directly into the bank, depending upon what kind of company it is. Nowadays it is directly into the bank, and they will give you an email saying that okay, this was a percentage of dividend which was given to you, and accordingly they will be putting that amount in your bank account. So that's why you have this thing. So dividend will be the percentage of FV, and the market value will be always different from FV. If it is less than FV, it is at a discount. If it is more than FV, it is at a premium. And if it is equal to FV, it is called as at par. At par value means it is at FV, means there is no change between the MV and FV. Market value is the same as the FV. So when you buy a share at par, means you are buying the share at the face value of the share. So when you're buying the share at the face value, then you call it as the buying the share at par. The next important kind of a thing what we are having over here is the return percent. रिटर्न परसेंट, उसके पहले और एक चीज भी लिख देते हैं, दैट इज इन्वेस्टमेंट. Investment. When a person is going to invest, is going to give some money to buy some shares, that is the amount he is investing in shares. So his investment will always be equal to the number of shares into its market value. Because he is going to buy it from the market. If he is going to buy it direct from the company, yes, which may be in the initial days, that will be FV. Otherwise, it will be the number of shares into MV will be the investment. Investment will always be number of shares into MV. Like for example, if it is a share which is costing 120 rupees per share and I am going to buy 100 shares of this, so the investment will be 120 into 100, which 12,000 rupees will be the investment. So that is the investment. And return percentage will be the percentage on the investment. So that will be always, the return percentage will be, if I invest 12,000 in a company and if I get the income every month, every year, the dividend what I require, what I get is suppose 120 rupees. So for an investment of 12,000, if I am getting only 120 rupees as a dividend for the year, that means I have got a return percentage of 120 upon 1200 into 100, that will be 1%. Okay, so the investment will be the return percentage will be just 1%. So as such, this is the general idea about the shares. I gave you this idea so that you understand the different concepts which are there in the shares. So you'll always have the concept as a person buying some shares at a particular value. He's going to get some investment income by in terms of the dividend for 1 year, which you need to calculate. He may sell off that shares at a higher price later on and get some return amount, that is called as the sales proceeds. And then he's going to invest in somebody else some another shares, and then he's going to get some another kind of income. तो हम लोग को फिर कंपेयर करना है कि पहले का इनकम और अभी के इनकम में कितना डिफरेंस है. सो ऑल सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विल बी देयर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर. सो this chapter is much more, I would consider that we can make this chapter into not only understanding but also formula based chapter. So if you make it a formula based chapter, it becomes easier for us to solve the sums, because once you learn the formula and once you understand the sum properly, then the sum becomes very easy. So that's what we are going to do now, and that is we are going to write down the different formulas which could be given in this particular chapter. So for you also, it's better that you write down these formula in the first page of this for this particular chapter, so that you are not making a mistake later on. So first thing is some terms. FV or NV is face value or nominal value. Second is MV, which is market value. Okay, that is nothing but the selling price of that particular thing at that particular point. Of course, this both are in rupees. Third, D percentage is dividend percentage. Okay. Now we will write down the formula. First one is MV is equals to FV plus premium or FV minus discount. If it is sold at a price higher than the FV, it will be premium. It is less than MV, it will be discount. This could be also in percentage. Premium can be given in percentage also. So 10% premium is 10% of FV plus FV, so that would be in percentage also. This could be in percentage. The next will be as investment. So investment will going to be number of shares into MV. Okay, if it is the first time, it would be FV also, but normally it would be MV. 6.1, income. Income is nothing but the dividend. So income is dividend percent upon 100 into FV into number of shares. Okay, dividend percent upon 100 into FV into number of shares. But the number of shares sometimes we don't know, so we have over here that number of shares. The number of shares is investment upon MV. You can see this number of shares is equal to investment upon MV. That's why this can be equal to dividend percent upon 100 into FV into investment upon MV. Okay, so it could be income is equals to dividend percent upon 100 into FV into investment upon MV. If you know the number of shares, directly number of shares. Right, so that was, the next one will be return percent is equals to income upon investment into 100. That's a return percent. Income upon investment into 100. That is also profit percentage, the same thing. Return percentage, profit percentage is all the same. Income percentage or profit percentage is the same thing as this one. Right? I think these are the different formula. There is one more which we'll be using only in the second exercise. But since you are starting to write the formula, you can write it over here itself. So the 8th one is dividend percent into FV is equals to return percent into MV. Very important formula here. Dividend percent into FV is equals to return percent into MV. So if I know any three of them, I can find out the fourth one. So this is over here. Apart from there, there is one more thing, and that would be given as sales proceeds. That will be equal to number of shares into MV. This is the same as investment, right? But here only thing is that this is when the person is selling those shares and gaining the money. So here it is the first time he is investing. That's why investment. Here he is selling those shares. Sometimes the sales proceed will also be with the first year's dividend. So if they tell you that the person sold the shares and also he invested not only the amount what he got from selling the shares, but also the first year's dividend and then invested it in a new company, then you will be adding to the sales proceeds the dividend for the first year. So it will depend upon the question. So when we do such questions, we'll come to know that where to use this particular thing. So that is about I think these are the different formula which are to be used. In case we come across any other thing in between, I'll just let you know. So these are the different formula. Face value, market value, dividend percent. That is percentage on FV. Dividend percent on FV. MV, the market value is always face value plus premium or face value minus discount. Investment is number of shares into market value. Income is dividend percent of 100 into FV into number of shares. If you don't know the number of shares but you know the investment in MV, you can find out that thing over here. So dividend percent of 100 is FV into investment upon MV. Return percent is income upon investment into 100. Dividend percent into FV is equal to return percent into MV. Sales proceeds is number of shares into MV. So these are the different formulas required for this particular chapter. We'll start with now exercise 3A to start with, okay, in the next video.